Good day, everyone. My name is Samuel Adebayo of Two Person Automobile Technology Services. Today, we brought you a audio, photo, video recording of a repair job that was done in our workshop on a very old model Toyota Camry, manufactured 1997. The customer came in with two major complaints that we tried to observe and resolve. The two major complaints of the customer was on his power steering and oil leakage or spillage in the engine bay area under the bonnet. His observation first for the power steering was that whenever he is at a stop or on idle, when he's about to steer, the steering becomes very hard to turn. But whenever it's moving, throttling at a fairly constant speed, the steering becomes soft and easier to steer. While his second complaint, and as we observed too from the engine bay area, there's a lot of engine oil spillage on top of the engine and even all over the transmission. So after agreeing to start repair job, we went to work and we took it step by step. We first of all attended to the power steering. After much observation, we observed that the pump has been damaged, and that is why the customer, and even when we tested the vehicle, we could hear a whining noise as he tried to steer the vehicle. That whining noise is as a result of the introduction of air pockets within the fluid that runs in the power steering pump. If not properly bled, or when there is a small leakage, air is introduced into the system. Normally, it's supposed to be a closed vacuum system so that the pump can work very well. But whenever air is introduced because of leakage, the air pockets eventually will destroy the power steering pump, and it will need to be changed. So what we did was to change the pump to a very good one, and they used the recommended power steering fluid to bleed the system, to remove the air from the system, and eventually it worked well. Therefore, the engine oil leakage, we observed that the leakage from the top is actually as a result of the flattening of the oil seal located on the top cylinder valve covers. After prolonged use, because of heat, some of these seals get kicked up, and because there is pressure within the engine as it's running, pressure will push the engine oil out from all this flattened and hard area of the seals, thereby causing a lot of spillage on the engine. So what we did was to open the engine up, get access to bank 1 and bank 2. Actually, it's a V6 engine. Got access to that area. We changed the seal, and that place was properly covered. The next place where we also observed another major leaks was deep within the engine, and that is the engine oil seal was leaking. That seal is located between the engine and the transmission. So what we did was to, remove the transmission so that we can get access to the seal. What gave us that conviction that the engine oil seal is bad and needs to be changed was as we disengaged the starter motor from the engine, we observed a lot of oil around the starter motor. That area is supposed to be free from any kind of oil because that is the place where we have the flex plate, otherwise known in older model vehicles as the flywheel. We also have therein the torque converter that is attached to the transmission and the engine. So that place is supposed to be a dry area, but because there is a lot of oil there, gives us a strong, pinpoint diagnosis that the engine oil seal, it's bad. And truly so, when we opened it up to check, we saw that the seal is already caked due to heat and burnt in some area of the circumference, and that was exactly the place where the oil was seeping out from the engine. So what we did was to get another good seal, fix it, and couple all those components back. The seal is actually located behind the flex plate. The flex plate is actually a component that the starter motor is tied with, such that when you turn your key at the ignition, the starter motor rolls and engages this flywheel. It's actually a flex plate that is toothed. There's a lot of tooth around it where the starter motor engages with to turn the engine. So we fixed the seal, coupled the transmission to the engine, and tied all other loose components that we removed from the vehicle. And the next thing we did was to service the transmission. We changed the transmission fluid, and we used a recommended fluid by Toyota called Dextron 2. For you to know the kind of fluid that you have to use in your transmission, most often, if you check your owner's manual, you'll see the type of fluid you're supposed to use for your vehicle, or if you check your dipstick too, sometimes it is written at the cap of the dipstick, so you know the kind of oil or fluid that your transmission or even your engine is supposed to use. So that was how we have effected repairs for this vehicle, and it was delivered to the customer, and we're watching it for the next 1 week or so for feedback. And we are sure after fixing, we tested and we saw that there is no leak whatsoever, either from the top or even from under the engine. So that was how we effected the repair. If you have similar issues on your car like that, I hope this short photo video clip can help you. For more information, if you have any question or you're experiencing any challenges, your mechanics are working on your vehicle and you need some support, please feel free, subscribe to our channel, and the last part of this video, you'll see our contact numbers. You can contact us or reach us here. We're here for you at any time. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate your generous comment and positive, criticism.